Yo, welcome back everyone, and it looks like Foggy forgot to rename, not Foggy, 120 forgot to rename himself. But yeah, this is gonna be game 2 of this round robin. Yeah, double round robin. Each players from each group plays, each other player within that group twice, and yeah, get points based off of their record, I guess, which is a bit odd. I'm not sure if other tournaments with a double round robin system work this way, but normally they would play tiebreakers. But for WGL, they instead of tiebreakers, they do it off a point system, which they weight higher for players who were able to 2-0 versus players who are able to 1-1. So it's a bit odd. Probably unfair in my opinion. It should definitely go into a tiebreaker, or at the very least, advantageous record, I guess. So let's say if two players have the same record, either they play a tiebreaker or they give it to the player who was able to get the better record over that opponent. So let's say they were able to 2-0 that person. But no, it's a bit weird. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit at the end because that's kind of related here. But we'll just get into the game. Foggy able to spawn as the red Knight player on the top right versus 120, the blue undead in the bottom left. We are on Last Refuge. Pretty much every series needs a Last Refuge game, and we have it. I guess the other one would be Echo Isles, but I know Tidehunter is in the map pool, but for some reason none of the replays that have Tidehunter load up for me, so a bit sad. Yet again, another reason why I expected a lot more from Reforged. Their replay system, it's so outdated considering that StarCraft Remastered has, I mean, it's just night and day between these two games. So sad. But yeah, similar starts here for both sides. We'll see if the Death Knight goes for the troll camp or not. Just like Foggy was able to do so. He is just gonna take down the High Priest, however, getting level 2. And the item, going for sentry wards here. Possible just placing it down immediately. Wisp is over here. Probably wanted to see if there were more skeletons to detonate on, but since there is only one, probably not worth it to trade one for one. Right, Death Knight did take a beating, however, from the Keeper of the Grove. It probably won't mean all too much, however, because the Keeper is not really one for killing power. So the Death Knight's just gonna slowly heal up with his Unholy Aura. Sentry Ward has been placed down. I imagine 120 is aware of potential placements on the Sentry Ward, especially since he can just see it in the inventory as well, so he should be aware about that. Although I don't think he is gonna go for an expansion first here, which doesn't look like it. He's just gonna go for a tech first. Even though he is going for ghoul openings, which is understandable. You are versing a Keeper, so if you lose a ghoul early on, you kind of get screwed a little bit, so yeah. At least that's my interpretation of why mass ghoul openings have been a lot more popular than the Tit opening in Night Elf matchups, I think. ... Either way, Ghoul's just gonna finish off the remainder of this camp here, as Foggy not really doing too much. He is also going for tier 2, as he is... Oh, he actually went super into tier 2 early on. We are gonna go for an expansion as well. Hunter Soul has been placed down, and yeah, we're just blazing through it for Foggy. He's just he's speedrunning right now, and a town is under siege. Let's see what his ultimate goal will be. Expansion has been spotted, so This is a bit unfortunate. It does... I'm not sure how screwed Foggy's plans would be, but at least he's set himself up for a double Ancient of Lores now with his freed up resources. A couple of archers here on the ground. Don't really want to engage against those ghouls, however. As we do have the Tree of Life being placed down yet again over here. So we did try to go for a hidden expansion on this side to take down the Ogre Lord. A bit of a risky play, I would say, since it's such a tough creep camp this early on. So this one makes a lot more sense. We still don't have a tier 2 production building, so that is a bit worrisome for Foggy. Yeah, going to super fast tier 2 is not really proving too useful, aside from the Demon Hunter who's gonna pop out here. I forgot to turn off Skin yet again, but here comes the double Ancient of Lores. But, I mean, 120 is already on his way to tier 3 as well. Slaughterhouse is now done. No Crypt Fiends, but the Lich is on his way as well. Yeah, not too sure on this. Even though I'm voicing a lot of opinions right now, at the end of the day, it kind of ultimately doesn't, I don't think it amounts to too much. Nature's a blessing on its way for that Treant to move a little bit faster. But yeah, Death Knight trying to be annoying, definitely proving to be so. But he is out of mana though, so he's not gonna stick around for a lot longer. I say that, but here comes the Lich, his best buddy. Mana burn onto the Lich. It's only level 1 mana burn, however, so it's gonna take a while for him to completely go out of mana. Yeah, just hero versus heroes right now. Demon Hunter is also out of mana as well, so yeah, unfortunately level 1 mana burn is not the most efficient spell to be casting. So yeah, you can definitely see it there. We do have our first Obsidian statue for 120, and tier 3 is now done. We should be having the Orb of Corruption being transferred to the Lich, and Frenzy is on its way to being upgraded as well. Here is the orb, and I'm curious to see whether or not 120 is going to go for a third hero. It's a bit tough to choose which one would be the best. Dark Ranger against this specific hero matchup? Probably not. Maybe if it was against an Alchemist, there might be a little bit more ground to do so, but yeah, which Tavern Hero would be ideal? If not a Tavern Hero, then do we go like a third Altar Hero? I don't know. Oh, we're just gonna go for a Naga Siege. Okay. Pretty simple enough, I guess. Just more burst spells damage here. It will prove to be a little bit feels bad against Dryads, but once the inevitable bears come out, should prove pretty useful. Frenzy Ghouls just wailing at it at the a Tree of Life is gonna actually take it down. That is a pretty big deal, because it's not like it was a cancelled expansion. It was a fully built expansion that does go down, and I mean, I could barely hear myself talk under that constant barrage of frenzied ghoul madness there. That was a lot of DPS. I'm super surprised to see that. And unfortunately for Foggy, he is now behind quite a bit. In fact, I guess he's gonna try to rebuild, but man, if 120 does the same thing again, I can't really imagine Foggy being able to stop that from happening, because Right now he's going mass dryads. Until he gets a good number of bears out, those ghouls are gonna die very slowly compared to how quickly they're gonna take down the Tree of Life, so yeah, let's see how it goes. Hood of Cunning getting picked up here for the Demon Hunter. Probably his best item. Plus 5 intelligence and agility. It just hits basically all of his stats that he wants. Obviously every hero would like intelligence because it just increases their mana pool. I guess health would be nice as well, but I mean, considering the Demon Hunter isn't going to be tanking all too much, he'll definitely take that. Django of Endurance gets picked up here for 1-0 as well, so this might actually be good for him. Endurance Aura stacked with Unholy Aura gives him so much more movement speed than a normal army would have. I mean, with Unholy Aura he already has plenty of movement speed compared to others, but stacking that with Endurance, like, yikes, those ghouls are going to chase down any unit, no matter who they are, is going to force a TP from the Keeper, so yeah, we'll be able to get out of there. I'm not sure what 1-0 lost, probably just a Ziggurat, because he does have his Doom Relics here. If he even lost the building, I don't know if he did. Oh, he is upside down in supply, so he did lose his Ziggurat, maybe 2, but regardless, he is going to try and pressure Foggy once again, going right after that Tree of Life, who is nearing completion but might have to get cancelled once again. This is looking pretty similar to the previous game, except the shoe is on the other foot right now, where it is Foggy who is constantly cancelling his expansions. Deep Scroll from the Death Knight here, probably too much pressure from the Death Knight despite having a good number of threats. I guess he did lose a lot more ghouls than I anticipated. But he basically did his job. Being able to cancel that expansion is super nice, especially since, yet again, it was also pretty close to completion, so that is just another full cycle that Foggy will have to go through again.
Players' forces are under attack.
So far, Mass Dryads aren't proving too effective, which is saddening to say, but I mean, it does make sense. It's not like it's the best army comp like ever. Here comes the Sapper. Let's see how much it does. If it's gonna blow up, boom, there we go. 2 Ziggurats, pretty nice there. Is gonna force the TP scroll from his opponent as well, so yeah, that Sapper actually. It's been a while since I've seen Goblin Sappers being played with, and yeah, most of the time they do whiff, so it's very nice to see something working out pretty well. Foggy is still in it a little bit with his harassive game playstyle. Madburn onto the Nagasiwich. Hero-wise, we are looking pretty good for the undead side. Level 5, or not super close, level 4, level 3, level 3 versus level 3, level 3. Both the Night Elf heroes, however, are pretty close to level 4 themselves, so it might equalize a little bit. I say that as if like level 4 is such a huge power spike. It really isn't, but just giving something towards Foggy at least. Ogre Mole is gonna go down. It does not drop the item. That would be the Ogre Magi, but it will get level 4 over to the Keeper of the Grove, which is gonna be super useful. Magi also does go down to Foggy as well, but the item is going to be the Wand of the Wind from getting picked up by the Death Knight, it seems.
The players' forces are under attack.
Okay. So far it seems like we're just gonna stick to Mass Dryads, so hey, I'm all down for it. It's a bit sad not seeing it work out too well though, but I think that's just the nature of how this game went before, went early because of that cancelled expansion, or not even cancelled, destroyed expansion. So will Foggy be able to continue harassing? No, he's actually going to choose to defend his base, so not sure if that was the smartest idea. I think trying to go for some trades would have proved more useful. We'll just have to see, because unfortunately it's going to take a while before Dryads will be able to kill a unit, because Dryads are really good at focus firing, but if you do focus fire, you basically give the Death Knight the clearest target on who to Death Coil on. So they did chunk a bit on that Abomination, but again, if the A-bomb went critically low, then a Death Coil would have just been sent, which, to be fair, did not. The Death Coil did not get tossed at that Ghoul. I don't think a Ghoul is worth a Death Coil at this point in the game anymore, so understandable. I think the Death Knight, not Death Knight, I think the Demon Hunter should focus his mana burns on the Death Knight, however, instead of the Lich. So, yeah, a bit of a mistargeting here from Foggy, I think. Being able to shut down the Death Coils and then continue on to focus fire a single unit would prove a lot more useful, which you could see there could have also almost happened, but the Death Knight did have enough mana for another Death Coil, is going to go for his last Death Coil on the A-bomb. Now he is out of mana, so let's see if these Dryads will be able to make work dealing with an army that can't heal anymore. And so far it looks pretty good, actually, able to take down an A-bomb as well as another Crypt Fiend. Dryads are slowly dying, however. They are being targeted by those heroes who, to be fair, it's kind of hard to oh, actually no, it's not that hard to focus down, it seems. Nagasi Witch is down to half HP and did pop that invuln. She is not an undead unit, so she won't be healed up by Death Coil, so 120 needs to play it a bit carefully here. Oh, that's a very long invuln. Right, 60 for Foggies, 58 for 120. It's super close now, actually. I thought these Mass Dryads wouldn't be that effective, but yeah, like I said, as soon as the Death Knight runs out of mana, those Dryads should be able to pick up a lot more units than they should. Ooh, super close on that Dryad kill there. Level 5 Death Knight, he does have another Death Coil or two in him. And, oh, Nova Coil onto the Keeper of the Grove as well. Does he have enough gold? He does not have enough gold for a health potion or even a TP scroll, so if he does go down, it might just end the game. Possibly the same story for the Demon Hunter as well, but I think we have Preservation Staff available. No, we do not, as GG comes down from Foggy. So 120 is actually able to tie this up 1-1, and yeah, that will be that for between these two players. So yeah, the Gold League already happened. It finished like 2 days ago at the time of this recording. Yeah, sadly 120 ended up 3-3. He basically 1-1'd against every other player, which apparently put him at 3rd place versus compared to 15 Sway, who did 2-0 and then got 0-2'd. But because he 2-0'd, he actually had one more point over 120. It was super weird to seeing the brackets, but oh well, that's that. I'm shocked that 120 didn't actually manage to get into the playoffs, considering how powerful he started like a couple years ago, but that's just the game as it is, I guess. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in next time. I'll probably go back to Reforged graphics next, but we'll see.